Thank you. Thank you, Deputy Secretary General, and very happy to have the second chance to attend this forum with so important cast of leaders and panelists here to talk about China's economic growth and to talk about the high-level development and cooperation among different stakeholders. I'd like to basically share with you my understanding about China's potential in medicine and health industry in cooperation with counterparts in the world. Like you have alluded to and mentioned, that I've been engaged with a lot of work related with the commercial agencies and departments of the government, and I'm being engaged with a lot of review and approval issues and procedures of the Ministry of Commerce, and I've been engaged with the multilateral negotiations regarding WTO's membership for China. So I deeply feel that China's economy has been shifted and transformed from being weak into something tremendously important. So we need to reshape our understanding at the national and international level. In that way, can we really blend into the international market and become truly global? So looking back into our trajectories and roadmap from the pharmaceuticals and the medicine industries, high-quality development perspective, I think my impression is truly extensive. Yes, the health and medicine issues has become very popular right now and always popular for many years. But right now, the modern society has been actually embraced and stressed by a lot of pressures from the normal lifestyles like the aging society and the multiple diseases like the diabetes and high blood pressures and the cardiovascular diseases and the heart diseases and so on and so forth, which pose great challenges to us. And all of these issues are truly important for the different stakeholders to work on. Chinese government highly value the health development in China and the big health targets before 2030 as the national agenda proposed by Chinese government, featured by the predominance of the Chinese traditional medicine and a blending to the Belt and Road Initiative. These are all the arrangements from the national government. So after the outbreak of the COVID, almost 3 years ago, the public health has been highly challenged. And I myself been engaged with and participated into the control and prevention of the COVID and making and review of the white lists and making of the policies to prevent and control the diseases. I truly feel that Chinese enterprises in the health and medicine-related industries, when they are going global, they need to respect and honor international norms and international standards and rules and play the game with the internationally recognized rules to reflect our positions and roles played by us in the international market to locate our identity and roadmaps. So taking the pharmaceutical and medicine market as an example, which is a very extensive, very spacious area, if you're interested, we'd like to share with you different aspects of these issues after the meeting. Well, what enlightened most is that the coverage of the medicines and health is very extensive, not only in the trade in goods, but already extended into trading services. We truly feel that the traditional goods trade or trade in goods has been fundamentally reshuffled, and the connotation and also the look of the trading goods has been fundamentally changed. The mode of doing business for a lot of enterprises has been fundamentally changed, and they have chosen new ways to survive, which also drive new demand from the market, which would in return benefit the enterprises right now is starving. And the stability and sustainability can be guaranteed, but need to be explored and cared by the enterprises and many countries, which is also the commonly cared issue by a lot of countries and stakeholders right now. Each one of us are caring about in the process of reshaping the supply chain and industrial chain. how can we survive these challenges? And to be frank, in the several decades of the globalization, the issue in front of us is how to strike the different positions and the different roles, and how to survive and survive together with all different stakeholders, and how to strike the harmony and strike the coexistence between man and nature. We are happy to see that the policy from Chinese government are issued around the shortfalls of China and the green sustainable development targets. And Chinese government are making up for the loopholes for these areas. For example, the material-based drugs is taking a lot of chunk of the international market, but due to the special features, especially the preparations for the CPIs is very, very complex. And the procedures of the review and approval is also very, very strict and very stringent. In order to speed up the transformation of the enterprises, we have to cope with those ever-changing challenges. But we're happy to see that the line ministries have issued a series of policies and documents to facilitate this transformation. And recently, the BI also had received the first green carbon license lately, and that truly showed the benefit from China's governmental policies and documents, which can as well benefit foreign companies in the same way. So we rely very heavily on the policies from the government. And when the industrial threshold is very high and highly specialized, at this background, how can we be differentiated with other counterparts and peers in the international industry, especially against the background of the COVID epidemic, which care health ever more than before. And this is an issue touching upon different extensive areas. Well, if really I have more time, I can talk about this issue for a lot more time. And yesterday we had another occasion in Shanghai, and this is a very good opportunity because we have friends from China. They also are fond of and very curious about China's traditional medicines in terms of the process of the diagnosis and treatment of certain special diseases in a very efficient way by using China's preparations and Chinese traditional medicines and treatment processes. So I think we have a lot to offer. We have a lot of resources, and we have a lot of humanities, and we have a very enriched background of cultures, and truly hope that we can communicate and explore with all of you in this regard. And the medical equipment supported by AI and digitalization, which has been speeded up by COVID-19 epidemic, and which can also be extensively, more than ever, in more extensive industries. So as long as we are carrying this industry and doing practitioner in this industry, it is necessary for us to look into the true connotation and also the logics in this industry in the future. We have to do what we can, and we have to clarify our targets, dual carbon targets in front of us to keep the balance and the coexistence between man and nature, and the healthy and greener and sustainable environment. As long as we can do that, all the industries and all the subcategories and sub-industries and sectors in the society can benefit from this process.